What's up guys, and welcome back to the SubaruOnly channel. The scene you're looking at is actually a throwback to Ken Block's early Gymkhana days, and I'm featuring it this week in my Facebook Best of the Week. Thanks so much for checking out the video guys. My name's Luke, and you guys are watching the SubaruOnly show.
This is my little SubaruOnly shop. It's a DIY Subaru channel. It's a channel where all I do is Subaru builds and race Subaru vehicles in motorsport events. It's a DIY themed channel where I walk you guys through the steps to get your Subarus back on the road and hopefully do a little racing of your own. So thanks for checking out the video guys. I really appreciate it.
This series is called Facebook Best of the Week, and what it is actually a top 5 countdown of the best videos and posts that have been circulating on Facebook over the last couple weeks. So I gather all the videos and posts that have been circulating, I rank them, and I compile them in this top 5 countdown that I put together for this series that I'm calling Facebook Best of the Week. So without further ado, let's dive into the top 5 videos for this week. Coming in at the number 5 slot is a post from Subaru Automobile Club, and it's actually a first-gen Subaru Legacy RS that's a tribute car, or it might be one of the original race cars that was driven by a guy named Lenati. He's actually a WRC driver that raced these cars in the early 90s, and I believe he was a fairly successful driver. So check him out, look up a little bit on this guy, and check out this quick little walk around video of this beautiful, beautiful vintage first-gen Legacy RS. Listen to that sucker run. Oh yeah, that's got some lumpiness to it. This thing's awesome. See the full roll cage here and the support right here for the head guy, supporting the head for the driver. Sponsored by Kleenex, as you see, Esso. I'm not sure what these brands are. These are European, I believe. Oh, this is Italian. I believe this guy is. Just listen to that car run. So it's got that full Legacy RS bumper right here. It's a little bit different bumper than the traditional one. This is a really early Legacy, the pre-facelift sign. Really square headlights, as you can see right there. Sitma is the sponsor. Oh yeah, look at this sucker. Still got the trim right here, which is kind of interesting. But this thing is beautiful. I really, really love these first-gen Legacies. How it's got the black trim right here, and that kind of separates the top and the bottom for the design. It's got the lights that go all the way across the back right here. It's just a really unique design for a car. I think it's really interesting they still have all the trim pieces here too. Of course, Pirelli, very much race-oriented kind of look. You got the little pins right here to remove the rear deck lid. You see the full FIA cage. Oh, this is a left-hand drive car too. So this is interesting. Really wondering what the history on this car is. But this is beautiful. And then of course Lenati right there, it's the driver. And yeah, that is it. So that, guys, was my number 5 post for the week. It's the Lenati tribute car, or maybe even one of the original race cars, and it's a first-gen Legacy RS. And this is a great example of just a vintage, preserved race car. And I really love these first-gen Legacies. Coming in at number 4 for the week is a post from Possum Motorsport, and this actually is episode 2 of their billet block race car that they're building. So this is actually an update and it's ongoing build, and these guys are posting multiple episodes on this car and on this build. So let's check out episode 2 from Possum Motorsports and this awesome, awesome race car that these guys are building. I love that intro, the sound. Nice. There's that billet block right here. Check this thing out right here. Oh yeah, that intake right there.
As one of
clear
the first
covers
steps,
right there. Fluid damper, harmonic condenser.
The old engine.
All right, I'll stop and let this guy
talk.
talk.
The new engine from the car is there'll be very few parts that we're going to reuse in this track build.
So pulling out the stock engine. Glad they're fast forwarding just a little bit, of course. Pulling out the whole thing with all the hoses and all the fuel lines attached as one unit. You got the engine bay completely open. See the cross member here and the input shaft.
So we removed that and set it up outside of the car.
There's that beautiful billet block. Look at this billet will-all block.
That are still needed to be used on this engine, which, for example, includes a couple brackets and the engine harness. We are also looking at potentially reusing the factory E-throttle body, but this is yet to be confirmed. Most of the other parts are already brand new and improved and better and stronger on this engine, so we won't be using them. Essentially, we will end up with mostly a complete engine, and that engine is going to be for sale because it's no longer needed. As you will see behind me, we've also removed most of the front end of the car.
Yeah. Looks like they're doing some heat shielding here
The
around the brake
radiator has been removed
master.
and will no longer be used. Obviously, with this much power and also being a billet block, cooling is going to be a very important part, so that has to be upgraded in all areas. We are going to be running a much thicker, more efficient radiator. Front bumper has been removed as well, and this is, we're going to fit the front mount intercooler core into here. We're also going to fit an oil cooler unit which will be mounted in the front, and we are looking at adding some ducts that can feed the brakes, and also potentially we can reuse some of the factory bumper cowls, like where the fog light could go, to add more airflow into the engine bay. Being a race car, the air conditioning system is no longer needed. It's a way of cleaning up the engine bay and saving some weight. So we've removed the condenser and the compressor, as well as all the piping. The heater unit is going to stay inside the car, so there's still some form of clearing the windscreen and having some heat inside the car. Also on the VAB chassis, it is very nice that the whole front end comes apart, which all the Subaru models, they haven't had that possibility, which makes working on the front of the car a whole lot easier. We have very nice componentry here, so we don't want to create any scratches or damages. So the easier we can work on it and the safer we can work on it, the better. For example, like we can lift the whole front out, and which now allows us to get into the engine bay very easily. With a project of this magnitude, the planning is a very important part. So we have initially spent quite a bit of time preparing and making sure that we have the right parts, the right ideas, doing things in the correct order, so things don't have to be redone, just to have a smooth job flow going through all those upgrades. We already have a huge amount of parts here for the build, which we will show you in a second. There's a bunch more coming, which includes a few really nice Imtron components to finish off the electronic side of things. But we'll show you all of that in further episodes in more detail. Also temperatures, so I've already mentioned that cooling is going to be a major concern that needs to be tackled. Keeping the heat away from like brake, clutch or steering components is another very important part. So now that we have plenty of space in the engine bay, we've started to make heat shielding. It's easy to do now when there's no engine in there, and then once that's sorted, we can fit the engine in and start working around it and begin the fabrication process. Any turbocharger is producing a lot of heat. Here we have a high power variant that is going to be pushing a lot of power. It's also used in a race application, so there will be long periods of full throttle. It will be lap after lap, so temperature control is very, very important. We are, with this car, going to move the turbo into a higher location with our twisted turbo setup, and that is going to generate a huge amount of heat. So as more of heat shielding and heat protection we can do, the better. So we have wrapped the heat shield around the essential components in that area, which are the ABS unit, the brake master, the clutch master, and the brake booster. So the heat shield that we have prepared is out of 1.5mm stainless steel, and we are also going to ceramic coat it for additional heat resistancy.
Kind Fab, shout out to Kind Fab. Check out those, that's actually an engine mount and trans
Behind
mount.
me we've laid out a bunch of the parts that we are going to be installing very soon. So we can start behind me here. That's the Kind Fab mount set. It's including the stiffer engine mount, transmission mount, and
Nice.
pitch stop mount. So that's going to stiffen everything up. We've got the Process West's external surge tank that has 2 Walbro 450 litre per hour fuel pumps in there. So there'll be plenty of supply and in a surge tank. We've also got the oil cooler, which is Process West as well. So we've got the Mantic clutch here.
Look at this thing in this crazy case. Nice. Mantic clutches. Oh, that thing looks very nice.
And then we've got stainless steel ceramic coated headers as well.
Beautiful.
So in the further episodes, we're going to continue with what we've just started and keep you all updated with what's happening before the engine will go in. So if you don't want to miss any of the progress on this or any other of our builds, then please make sure that you subscribe and like our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll keep you up to date with the next episode soon.
Nice. That is Possum Motorsport with an update on that 2019 STI that they're turning into a full track car, and they're actually installing a billet block. It's a will-all billet block, a bunch of really high-end components on it, and they showed you a few more of the components right there, like the headers and the clutch. So stay tuned, because I'm definitely going to be following Possum Motorsport in this build, and I'll be including all the update videos that these guys post in this Facebook Best of the Week series. So that was my number 4 post for the week, and it was from Possum Motorsport. Thanks so much for posting that video, guys. That was an awesome, awesome update, and I'm stoked to see where this build goes. Okay guys, my number 3 post for the week is actually a post from Jacob Dunham, and it's a first-gen Legacy. That's right, I got a sweet spot in my heart for these first-gen Legacies. But this one, guys, is a special one. This, according to the comments, is actually one of the world's fastest first-gen Legacies. And we get to watch this sucker smoke a Volkswagen GTI in a drag race. So check this out. Apparently this is Michael White's Legacy, and this car has run as fast as 8.9 seconds in the quarter mile. Now, I'm telling you guys, that is freaking smoking. And apparently, at one time, that was the world's fastest Legacy, and it might even be the world's fastest Legacy today. I don't know, let me know in the comments if any of you guys know if this car is still the world's fastest Legacy. It's Michael White's first-gen Legacy, and apparently this thing runs as fast as 8.9s. Now the resolution is a little rough, it's an older video. Hear that sucker bringing up the RPMs. It's got an interesting hood with a reverse mount or no scoop. I think it did scoop there. Oh, it's got a first-gen scoop. Look at that thing smoking! Oh! Smokes his ass! Gone. Damn it, that thing's fast. What? Alright guys, that was my number 3 post for the week. It was a post by Jacob Dunham, and as you guys saw, that first-gen Legacy fucking smoked that GTI. And that thing was hauling ass down the track, guys. And apparently, like I mentioned earlier, that car has run as fast as 8.9s in the quarter mile, which is really, really fast, guys, for any of you guys who don't drag race. And I believe at one time, it was the world record holder for first-gen Legacies. Bad ass. My number 2 post for the week is a post from the Turbo King. And this, guys, is a badass Hawkeye. This is a Hawkeye with something a little bit different in the engine bay. Take a look at it. I think you guys will kind of tell by the sound and maybe by which wheels are spinning that there's something a little bit odd about this car. So check it out. This guy's going to do a little bit of serious tire shredding in this short video. Already, you can tell that thing doesn't quite sound like a Subaru. I'll tell you right now, this is a 1JZ or 2JZ. It's a JZ motor. Rear wheel drive, and then in the light here in the dark, so they can see the the exhaust dump valve right there, that wastegate blowing. This thing is just wicked. Just lighting it up. So I don't know if this thing competes in any professional drift events or if this is just a baller throwing a bunch of money at a car to have a wicked ass Subaru that nobody else has. I don't know, let me know in the comments, guys. This looks like a car that somebody should be drifting. Certainly got all the cues of drift car, obviously with the rear wheel drive. So that, guys, was my number 2 post for the week. It's a 2JZ and a Hawkeye STI body, and that thing is fucking badass. Rear wheel drive, as you guys saw, which allows it to drift and do a bunch of donuts in a little bit different way than all-wheel drive cars. And I'm wondering if this sucker is actually competing in drift events, either here in the United States or anywhere worldwide. So if any of you guys out there know where this car competes, let me know, because I'm curious. And that was my number 2 post for the week, that Hawkeye STI with a 2JZ motor. My number 1 post for the week is a post from Subaru Worldwide, and this is actually a throwback, guys. This is Ken Block in his Gymkhana 2 video. This goes way back, guys, before his cars got really crazy, but nevertheless, this is an awesome, awesome video of Ken tossing around this high horsepower Subaru. Check it out, guys. I know some of you guys might have already seen this a long time ago, but it's worth revisiting because Ken Block is legit and he's showing his handling and his skills in this video beautifully. Check it out, guys. I think you'll enjoy it. Launching hard. Port of Los Angeles. Nice. Just throwing the ass end. Look how hard he pushes that ass end on that car. It's just flying. Super close right there. See how many tire marks are on the tarmac here. He's been tearing it up here, getting his lines down. I'm not going to do this on the first try. There ain't no way in hell I'm doing this on the first try. This is the master here. What is this, a little water balloon or something? He's doing a little 360 donut across the water balloons. I like it. They come up with some goofy things here. Look at this tight, tight little slot they fit. Right through it. Parallel park drift. Master. Just a total car control this guy has. I love these Gymkhana videos. I think they've done about 10 of these videos now. So this is almost a decade old. Look at this, the fluorescent light bulbs lined up. Like I said, these guys have the getting creative in these early videos. They're getting creative in all the videos, but the early ones are pretty kind of funny what they come up with. Super close to that Ballard right there. Super close to the water's edge right there. Look at that, slow-mo. Right up to the edge of the dock line there. Like inches away. I wonder if they tagged that on earlier takes. The man. Just amazing, amazing car control this guy has. Okay, here's that little dummy shot that I used in the thumbnail. I love this shot. This is hilarious. A little bit goofy, but nevertheless still pretty cool and creative. Got the DC shirt on, of course. Let's just nick that guy. Just clip him. The guy stays seated. Nice. Rob Dudrick. I believe that's his last name. You guys remember Robin Big, that reality TV show that Rob used to have with his buddy. And they got like Tiny Horse and a bunch of other crazy shit, random stuff, and all famous people were doing reality shows. It was a pretty good show. Rob and Big, they had a pretty good little intro. It's like two buddies with a good theme song. Yeah, seems like a nice guy. Nice. Just lighting up the tires. Ken Block doing his thing. The Focus. Nice. The tractor trailer up on like concrete blocks. Yeah, just hiding up little pyrotechnics. Oh my god, this is great. Fucking car is in a firebomb right there. Nice. I love it. Awesome little pyrotechnics here to wrap it up. Oh, that's classic. Oh, that was Ken Block, Gymkhana 2, way back, at least 8 or 9 years ago. I'm not sure how many they do. I do one per year? I don't know. Let me know. This was Ken Block showing his car control, showing their creativity, making these Gymkhana videos. I love these videos. I think Ken Block actually retired from the Gymkhana series and he handed it over to Travis Pastrana. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what happened. Let me know in the comments, guys. So that's my #1 post for the week, guys. That's Ken Block tearing it up in a Gymkhana 2 video. Shout out to Ken Block and that whole team for putting together these Gymkhana videos and this whole series. These guys did this for at least 10 years or more, and I gotta say, I've loved every one they've put together. So I'm gonna wrap it up there for today, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the video. My name's Luke. If you have any questions or any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you guys need parts for your car, like fluids or brake pads or anything like that, check out the Subaru-only Amazon shop, and the link is in the description below. Thanks so much for checking out the video, guys. My name's Luke, and you guys have been watching the Subaru-only show.
Thanks again for watching this video, guys. As you guys know, I'm a diehard Subaru enthusiast, and I've also had the opportunity to be involved in motorsports for over 2 decades now. But I'm also a professional hydrogeologist, and I've actually spent years in laboratories performing experiments where I studied the flow of fluids using the properties of physics and fluid mechanics. In these YouTube videos, I'm actually able to combine my experience from the laboratories and all the research I've done with my experience from all the motorsport series I've been involved in and my passion for Subarus. If you have any professional inquiries about Subaru-related R&D or digital marketing and media, you can contact me at SubaruOnlyShop@gmail.com. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope to hear from you soon.